being white and blue. It's very different, very unique, and I think it's good that Earthspark tried something different.
From what I understand, and I could be wrong, I just remember seeing something somewhere else that they were talking about Prowl and Devastator. When you miss features of like Armada was about the mini-cons.
That looks like
What do you think?
I think he looks like a peep.
Looks fine. I think it's growing on me. The colors are growing on me. It looks like an angel, you know.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Bot versus Con fans. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con.
And we're back with another round of news. But before we get into that, let's give a shout out to our official sponsor, The Chosen Prime, where, as always, you can find many of the things that we're going to talk about on pre-order, or you can actually indulge in any of your fandom of other toys. Also want to give a shout out to our members, especially our newest member, Vintage Wrestling Pickers. Definitely interesting name. I wonder what's behind that. Who joins us as a Prime member. Really appreciate that. As well as our subscribers. Again, without you, there would be no us. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the news.
Let's get into it, and let's start talking about some stuff that was just announced. We got a few to talk about before we get into something that I think you're going to be interested in. But let's start off with Hot Wheels. So Mattel Creations have shown off the Hot Wheels and Transformers listing. Not much is known, but we'll know more on Tuesday, May 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Well, usually...
and it is specifically for Optimus Prime.
Well, I don't like those $3 signs there, because usually, you know, that means pricey.
I thought the same thing.
You know, so... I guess we'll wait and see, but I'm not a big Hot Wheels collector. But if it looks good, maybe I'll pick it up, and if they drop 2 of those dollar signs.
Well, it could also just be $3 signs just as a placeholder. But I don't know what they could do that's that expensive in terms of Hot Wheels. Maybe they're going to have a big old set. Who knows? Let us know what you think below.
Yeah, very interesting.
So I think Hasbro got one over on you, Bobby, because they said, "Oh, we're gonna have a optimal drop today," as of we're recording this, and it turns out to just be a reissue of MPM 12 Bumblebee Movie Prime, as I call him, Kawaii Cat Ears Prime, because look at that alt mode. It looks fine in bot mode, but I could not get over those cat ears, as everybody calls them online. Those are one hinge, bloop, and you'd be good.
Like, what's the point? Literally, what's the point?
I don't know. I know there are upgrade sets to get rid of those ears, but that's a whole separate situation when you're paying for upgrade sets for a masterpiece figure. To fix it, not to enhance it.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's, in your words, lazy. It's...
Mm-hmm. And we've already talked about this on the show. I don't know if we need to go into it, but...
Yeah, I don't remember that, but wow.
Well, remember the Nemesis version came out and you were telling me to get it?
I mean, I would have told you that anyways, but you should get this one as well. But
no, the Nemesis one may be a cute little black cat, though.
I don't remember the ears conversation, but yeah, I am getting old.
Yeah, well, I think you need to pick this up for your Optimus collection.
Not going to happen.
Next, we've got Takara Tomy, Earthspark Slash. So, I think we haven't seen these. We might have seen these, but I still put it in here. This looks good still.
I think
I don't hate it. I don't love it.
I'm with you on that. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It looks fine. The bike actually looks decent. I would want to see it from the side to see if there's, you know, gaps in between or anything like that. But I like the colors.
Yeah, I know. The colors are what really sell this thing. Yeah. They also showed off Prowl, and now this one has me not interested, but it piqued my curiosity because I like Prowl being white and blue. It's very different, very unique, and I think it's good that Earthspark tried something different. And I think it worked out on this figure, personally. not picking it up, but I think it worked out.
I think this looks good. I'm gonna be a Debbie Downer here, and something that we've talked about before. I hate the peg on the front wheels, and it's solid on the back. I just hate
I
that.
didn't even notice that. They could have at least painted that peg black in the
Or
front.
painted black. Yeah, that just irks me. But other than that, I think both modes look really good, and I mean, I wouldn't see a problem with picking this up. Not me personally, but
He's gonna go ahead and pick it up.
no, not gonna have it. But I think it looks really good. It doesn't look really from this angle. It doesn't look really kitty like some of the other ones do. This one actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. So let's move on to one prowl to another prowl that I think you're gonna buy, and I don't think you're gonna be able to say no. And that's this prowl. So we've got Dreamstar Toys DST02 Combiner, the Prowlestator version. What do you think of this? We're going to get into all of the pictures, but what do you think of this Devastator's look?
I'm not familiar with the Prowl as the centerpiece. I think that's from the comics or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know the story behind it. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I just don't get it. Maybe if I read it or somebody could explain it to me, it might make sense. With that said, I do want to see this in color. I will probably pick it up because of Prowl being the chest, and I don't know anything about it. It's just different. It's a big difference from all the other mini Devastators that are coming out. So I'm in.
I think even if it didn't have Prowl, you'd be in.
Well, we're not going to talk about that.
So here he is it's an 8-bot combiner. How does that work? They must compress a lot because those are, if it's to scale, because those are big bots and it's not the biggest combiner.
I'm very curious.
Me too. And if you look, there's the shadows on the side and there's a shadow behind him as well. So maybe you don't have to use Prowl and you get a different Devastator. Very interesting. I'd love to know more.
From what I understand, and I could be wrong, I just remember seeing something somewhere else that they were talking about Prowl and Devastator, and they mentioned that there was an option for him to be the chest or him not to be the chest. And this wasn't for this figure or this set. I think they were talking about it when the Fans Toys announced, and again, not Fans Toys, just fans in general.
We're talking about
if they could do that, that would be really cool.
I remember seeing some custom 3D printed things for the Hasbro Titans Return, Combiner Wars, whenever Devastator came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's look at the individual figures. So I honestly don't know which ones are which. Dreamstar Toys is doing that thing where none of them look like they're G1 parts, but even further than King Toys, besides Prowl.
I think
they all have names, but I don't know which. Again, I don't know which one's which. But I think that Prowl looks really nice, and if it looks as good as it does here in color, and they don't do like the whole thing's all silver or all black, which they have a tendency to do with their poorly decoed Superion, in my opinion, then I might pick up this Prowl. If the Prowl looks like Prowl, I wouldn't be opposed to picking this up because this looks really good. I don't need the whole combiner, but I wouldn't mind picking up the Prowl.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the one on the left, I think is Hook, because I can see a crane hanging down between his legs.
That's Crane?
That's what I'm thinking. It looks like it. I mean, I'm not going there. And there's so many thoughts and nicknames I've already had. On the right, I think that's Scavenger.
I was thinking Long Haul. It really could be either of them.
Yeah, I think it's Scavenger. The head shape and then the wheels on the side of the arms makes me think Scavenger. Okay. But the Prowl does look good, and the front of it almost looks like a Mustang.
That would be cool. Like a cop car that I see almost on the daily driving around. That would be cool.
Yeah, it almost looks like a like a Mustang in the front, but the squareness of it.
Mhm.
So very interesting there.
Yeah. These are the other two they showed off. Maybe that's I don't know. They look like Pacific Rim characters, and not in a good way, in my opinion. Besides Prowl, they're just
Yeah,
bleh, you know what I mean? There's no defining features, and maybe that's because it's not in color. Um, but maybe
yeah,
this is the color, knowing Dreamstar.
that would suck. That would really suck.
Do it
And
DIY.
but this, like, the one on the left looks kind of top heavy and really
Very.
skinny legs.
It's the wheels on the shoulders that really make them look like that.
Yeah, and I think that one's actually probably long haul.
See, I think they would be switched because I would think long haul would need to be bigger to be the torso.
Yeah, well, there's 8 of them.
Yeah, so who knows?
The one on the right, that's probably Bone Crusher, maybe.
I don't know.
I see treads on his arm. Who knows? Or Scrapper. Who knows?
And then they showed these off.
Yeah. I'm totally confused. The one in the middle looks like he has a bell on his head.
Somebody I saw commented that the one on the far right, my far right, looks like drag strip.
Yeah.
And that one, so the rest of them had names written in Chinese on them, but the last one had question marks.
Yeah. I can say that I'm not overly excited about this set as some of the other ones that were like instant buys. This is one that okay.
So you're going to be spending $1,500 on it?
I better not.
8 figures, 150 a piece.
I don't.
This would be less.
I think
1,300. What?
I think they'll be less than that.
Wasn't that Dreamstar Toys? That's about how much they are?
130.
130. Okay, yeah, close enough. All right, well, let's move on. We've got Tianyi models MPM scaled sideways. So I used to love the original sideways from ROTF, and it did not look like this. And I know why I like that one now, because it did not look like a movie character, and it was a fun figure that was like a puzzle. I'm not getting this though. This is, it's probably very screen accurate, but like, what is it doing?
I like the car. I like the
So
audio.
he's buying it. So he's buying it.
No. This thing is hideous. I don't know what's going on with it in pop mode.
Something I always liked about the sideways / barricade is the wheels on the fists. I always thought that was a cool design, but it looks good. It just doesn't look like something I want.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with Touch Toys and kind of some of the other figures I've gotten that are leaning towards that movie aesthetic. I was pushing the envelope there. I don't want to go this far.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Non-F showed off that he's doing a bludgeon set. I'd like to see it. I mean, I'm not going to pick it up, but I'd like to. Okay, I won't pick it up unless it has a little transforming tank guy, that the Pretender. You know what I mean? If it's just some tank parts that you slap on it, and I don't need that. But if they found a way that you could like put the little guy in his back, like the Pretenders actually do, then they'll have my money. But you know.
You lost me at Pretenders.
Yeah, I know. But you just don't know what's good Transformers. Next, we have Funbee Studios, and we have a bumper chainsaw add-on set. Don't know what that means. I don't remember that, but I guess he had chainsaws.
I didn't know they were chainsaws, but I do remember that the front like popped open.
They
like
popped
that.
open, but I didn't think they were chainsaws. I just thought it was like a car catcher. You know what I mean? Like a cow catcher, but for cars.
Yeah, I never heard of a car catcher. But
no, but a cow catcher. But I extrapolated it to where he wouldn't be catching cows; he'd be catching other cars.
yeah, I think it's so. I didn't pick this up. I don't think you picked it up either. The Legacy Hot Shot. So did it not have this feature where
I
it
think
popped
the
up?
feet opened up, and these are just extra things to make it look more like a chainsaw.
Okay.
Yeah. If you look, they're like flat pieces with a peg, so I'm assuming that just fits on the bottom
Yeah.
of the
Okay.
foot. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's a cool idea. I think the creativity that they come up with is very, very good.
I agree.
And I mean, if I love this figure like this, then I would probably put in a few dollars to upgrade it. But I think you'd be looking for the mini con more than anything.
Oh, well, if you really like this figure, you would just get the SDCC set with the minicon.
And that's not happening.
Speaking of the minicon, Funby Studios also did a Leader 1 for Megatron, and it's really sad that these, they're not a third-party company because I don't think they sell figures, but like I'm just going to say third-party companies are making minicons that Hasbro can't.
I completely agree with you. It's terrible that they didn't do it. I just, when you miss features of like our motto was about the mini cons.
That was like the main thing, the main gimmick.
So
they had relationships with these mini cons. You know what I mean? They were friends. They were the Bumblebee character with the three guys, the Perceptor.
Yeah.
I know you probably hate them that they're called Perceptor, but
I did.
And I don't understand it either. But anyways, those were like the Bumblebee character of this show. It's like, how do you take away mini cons from Armada figures, especially on the Commander class?
Exactly. Oh yeah.
Add $10 more and put the mini con in there.
So something that we talked about with the members on Sunday, and shout out to the members. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We really did. We talked about if they did another animation for Legacy and they had all these different figures from different continuity on the screen and told a story. So if they did that and Megatron jumps through and he's complaining that he doesn't have his mini-con on the cartoon, then you'd be like, oh, okay, cool. I don't expect it to be here.
Yeah.
There's no media behind supporting why things are the way they are. It just looks like Hasbro's being cheap. Now, again, I think if there was media behind it and they said that, we wouldn't think twice about it. It was just like, oh, and if they did include a minicon, we'd be like, why are you including a minicon? He didn't have one on the show.
Yeah, we'd be like, it's stupid he doesn't have his minicon, but I get it.
Yeah,
you made it make sense, and they're not.
Yes, if you showed an episode of him fighting with his minicon or whatever,
and he dies or something,
or he gets pulled through the portal and comes and he's just like complaining about it, and then Prime comes through or whatever, and he doesn't have his, like, you could tell a whole story with it, and it would make sense to new fans or new collectors and old ones as well. But we don't have that, unfortunately.
Yep. We just have to sit here wondering why
and complain.
That's what I do best. Next, we've got Kuro Designs upgrade set for Moon Studios Raiden. So I guess it's a new head, and it raises the arms up. I didn't think Raiden needed that, but the Moon Studios version. But I guess it does. Are you going to be picking this up?
I don't know. I've seen a couple of things that he's done, and he looks like he does some really good work. But I thought it was funny because we've heard so much about the Takara train bots lately, and we've talked about how superb the Moon Studio version was. So to see an upgrade for it makes me curious to see if it's going to look better.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it necessarily needs it.
I agree, and more info will be up on his page soon. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and look him up on Facebook. That's where I got these pictures. So let's keep it going. And we've got Dr. Wu's Extreme Warfare DWE34 Wasp.
What do you think?
I think he looks like a peep.
A who?
A Peep.
The
The
Easter egg
candy. Yeah, look
candy.
how squishy he looks. Throw some sugar on that, and I'd probably eat it. But I think it looks fine with the two different heads. That's very cool. I think it looks fine. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Like, it's a bumblebee.
This is more in line with my Bumblebee, but the head on the left is so fat and chunky. He looks like
The one with the human face.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so fat and chunky, which is kind of cute. You know, I like that they come with two heads. It does look very marshmallowy.
But again, at that size, I get it. I'm not complaining about it. I understand why. Let me retract my statement, but it still looks like a Peep. So
yeah, I'm not complaining about it at that size either. I won't be picking it up, but it's cute. I think it's cute, and I really like the idea of it coming with two heads. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And it is very, very small. So yeah, and the alt mode looks better than that other one. So
yes,
I mean, that one I guess was movie verse, so you can't really compare the two with the transformations. But it looks really good.
It does. It seems to tab in and plug in really well. So yeah, it's fine. I think it's cute. Again, I don't think I'll be picking it up. If it was, some other version of B, probably, meaning color wise, if it was.
Well, you wouldn't pick up Wasp now because you already got a Wasp coming from New Age.
Yeah.
You wouldn't pick up a Cliff Jumper because you have Cliff Jumper. You probably already have a Bumper as well. I don't think there is any color on this you would pick up.
Well, I mean, they are so many colors that came out with the original.
So you're thinking like pink or something like that.
Black and,
Would you have a black one? You have a black Cliff Jumper. It's the same thing.
Well,
it's transpots.
But it's not a bug.
So if it's a bug in those colors, that's a
Volkswagen Bug. Yeah, that's what it was.
So they also showed off Wingman, which is I was very confused when I saw that name. No reports are saying this, but I'm assuming these two are packaged together.
Because
they came out at the same time.
Yeah, that is if that's the case, I don't see the comparison at all.
Well,
not comparison. I don't see the connection at all.
They did that with another one. Who was it? I forget. But they've been putting them together where they don't really go together.
I think this would be the biggest, because, I mean, B is from season 1 and Cyclonus is from the movie. I mean, they're years apart from each other.
But it could be a Cyclonus is bigger and B's smaller, so they could sell it at the same price point.
I guess so, but yeah, that's no.
They just want people. They want people that want Cyclonus to buy it, and they want people that want B to buy it, and then you're stuck with that other figure.
I mean, it makes sense, and honestly, this Cyclonus looks fine as well.
Yeah, it does. It'll go great with their Galvatron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right, let's keep it going. Onto some updates. The first thing is we got Vector Prime behind the scenes. I got this picture up because he's an old man, and Bobby always complains that he can't do these poses. So we need a picture of you doing this pose.
And right afterwards, you'll see another picture of me going to the hospital. Yeah, I could probably, if I do this, bones popping. So,
so he has good posability, but we knew that because of G-Axis. G-Axis was great. But I am a little mad. And this isn't Hasbro, it's Marclonus. But they put the old Minicon on him and said, see, look, you could still use Minicons. And I'm like, seriously?
Just rub it in your face a little bit?
Exactly. And I also wanted to point out with this concept art, I know it's concept art, but that figure looks great. The colors, it has like 10 more colors than the other one has. The paint around the wings looks amazing.
That's what I was thinking of.
It looks really nice, and even the chest looks bigger. You know what I mean? It looks bigger and more superhero proportions, which I like. But unfortunately, we didn't get that.
Can you go back one? Then I want to see what the. Okay, yeah. So
It's a
okay,
little more narrow.
yeah, and then on the next one, the concept, it does look like it has that cape you've been talking about.
Well, I think it's just the outline of
The wing.
the wings that completely change. It makes it look more like a cape. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
weird. Could also be that this is a picture. If we saw it in real life, we'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's stupid," you know.
yeah.
But I don't think this figure looks horrible. Um, it is what it is. It's not my cup of energon for sure. He did talk about the figure and talked about the wires. He's an old man, so his wires are hanging out. Blah blah blah. And then somebody said, "Does the legacy time portals finally come to an end? There's still time for a final showdown, or is there? So maybe we'll get something interesting coming through. Who knows?"
Yeah, I I think I still like this. I don't have any
Fair enough.
connection to really compare it to. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not. I really like the colors. I think that's
Picking
what's
it up.
getting me.
Just pick
30.
it up and just paint the wings yourself, and you'll like it better.
No, I'm good. I don't. I mean, 30% off. I might be in on it.
Next, we've got the full scan. So we are. I think last week we showed off. They had partial pictures, but now there's the full scans. Not much new, honestly. Anything you want to talk about with these two pages? We got two more pages to look at.
Well, I'm looking at the picture on the right above the cab. He's as close to touching his toes as I am.
You mean when he's shooting his guns?
No, the one.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah. Okay.
That's how I look
It's
touching
still
my
pretty
toes.
good, for a transformer.
That's what I'm saying. That's really good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's your serious ab crunch there.
Yeah. Well, I think the hips are doing 90% of the work
Hey,
on that
I don't
thing.
know. I just know that's about as close as I get to my toes, and that's
Mm.
probably what I look like.
Okay. Well, we want a picture of that too to post in here. We gotta get all these pictures, guys.
It looks good so far.
And then here's the tune version, and again, it looks, fine. The Power Master, I'm surprised at how small it is compared to the original. So
Yeah. I'm not gonna go there yet.
I mean,
I
I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's proportion wise, it looks fine on the cab. I just didn't think it was going to be so small compared to the original.
Yeah, worries me a little bit there, but I think it looks good. I think the proportions look good together on this figure. I think the color scheme looks great. I think everything looks pretty good on it. For me, I just hope it's not short. That's
Time will tell.
Yeah, that's my concern. And I don't like that big old arms in the back, but
Yeah,
we've already talked about
that's
that.
pretty bad. Next we have Transformers Legacy United, the multi-pack Tarantulas. It looks fine. They have him holding that axe, the saw blade wrong, and that annoys me. Because it's supposed to be like a gun. At least the original figure did. Who knows what the new one did? It looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine. I think it's growing on me. The colors are growing on me.
Yeah, they're growing on me as well. It's just not my favorite color scheme.
It's not exciting.
Yeah. So. Next, we get into third-party territory with Ocular Max PS23 Ignis via I Am on Fire.
Those shoulder pads are humongous.
They are. But I Am on Fire knows how to take a picture, and these look good. The pictures look good.
Yeah, those are some. I mean, I always like when a figure can hold his gun with two hands.
Mhm.
That looks really cool. Very good posability with the arms. It just looks like he's in football practice, or he's holding the pads for Mike Tyson, something like that. But yeah, it looks good. I am getting it. It should be shipping soon, so very excited about that.
Yep. It looks fine. Not my Hotspot's my favorite, and it's not my favorite. Next, Transart Toys showed off the metal dinosaur sample, and this looks better in my opinion than the other one.
But
No, no buts. It looks better than the other one. It doesn't blow me away though. Maybe that's the but. It doesn't blow me away though. It looks like how it should. Um, yeah, I don't have much to say. I mean, maybe it's because of these pictures. It's in a plastic clamshell. We don't see it in the posability. But I'm like, okay, it's a thing.
I'm expecting you to be doing cartwheels and backflips because you were really excited when this figure was announced and we were seeing it in gray and
I think I was excited just to get something that wasn't G1. And I'm like, it's a fine. I'm more excited for their depth charge and the rampage. And I think that's why I'm not excited for those. If they didn't show off the depth charge and rampage, I'd probably be doing backflips like you said. But I'm like, just hurry it up. Hurry it up. Get to the characters I care about.
Yeah. So I know you were thinking I was going to get excited about this once they started showing.
You're going to pick it up. You pick up everything, Bobby.
I'm not picking this up.
You're going to pick it up.
Maybe, again, hit me with a big sale, maybe, but off the bat, this is nowhere near coming into my collection.
I mean, it doesn't do anything to wow me either, but it could be these pictures. So,
and I know we were talking about the paint and all that stuff. It's very boring to me,
especially in this pose. Well, you don't see the shoulder pads should be like lower, like over his shoulders. But again, you have Transart toys. I have Transart toys. They're not transformed perfectly in the clamshells.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's they're in the clamshell, but
yeah. So the arms also look a little short, but again, that could be like they extend. So
yeah. Well, I'll be happy to see this in your collection.
Yeah, you're gonna pick it up, just like you pick everything up.
I don't not pick everything up.
You pick up 95% of the stuff. You're probably gonna pick this up, even though you have it. We've got Ocular Max's Navigant, the alternative version. This looks horrible, in my opinion. The head sculpt looks bad. The colors are fine, but we'll go to the next slide and I'll show something why I don't like it. And the combined mode is fine, but it's like you said, Dinobot's boring. This is the most boring thing on the planet.
The head scope is bad. I don't like the head scope at all.
And I like the toy versions usually better.
Yeah.
So I don't understand it.
The head scope is bad. The orangish red, whatever color you want to call it, looks fine, but it doesn't blow me away. I feel
like it needs more stickers because it's the toy version.
Yeah.
Where are those toy details on the figure? It just looks like if you were to show me this and the other one, besides the heads, I probably wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
I actually like the other one better.
I don't remember what it looked like, but we could talk about it in alt mode. Why is the paint on the door different?
So that's something that kind of stood out to me as well. I shouldn't say.
You're taking a page out of Hasbro's book.
It stood out to me a lot, and yeah. I don't have it in here. I was trying to see if the G1 toy had that. I don't remember it, but I don't know. Then it makes me think, were cop cars back then? Did they have?
Oh, maybe there's a reason. I just thought it was just paint issues, and the paint didn't match.
Yeah. For some reason, and I could be wrong, but for some reason, it makes me think like on the doors that they did have like a shiny door or something like that. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I could be totally dreaming, but I don't like this one over the original.
Yeah. I do like the black bumper. I did just note, and the black spoiler. I think that does help the car mode out, but that door, and I feel like there needs to be, maybe I'm wrong, I felt like the original had Japanese writing on it, but I see a lot of cop cars in Transformers and a lot of them have writing on it, but I think this one would have really helped it out if there was something, even if it just said police somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do like the black front as well. It almost makes me think about when back in the day when people used to put those bras on their car.
Nah, people still
Um,
do that.
yeah, I don't see them nearly as much, but yeah, that was like really a big thing in the 80s and early 90s and stuff like that. So it does definitely make it look different with that aspect, but I still think I like the original better on this.
Yeah, I don't really like either of them. But let's keep it going. And the Chosen Prime showed off that the Planet X PX11 Apocalypse, the full set, is getting a 2024 reissue.
I have so is this like I'm assuming this is a version of
Trypticon from the video
Trypticon.
game.
Okay. And the full set meaning that it comes with those 3 jets, or
No, it does not come with those jets.
what's the full set
There's
mean?
two. It came in two pieces, top and bottom, and then you put them together
Oh, okay.
because it was so big.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm definitely passing on this.
Yeah, me too. The alt mode looks great. The other mode looks great. It's just not for me. I was very confused when I saw this Triptychon in the video game.
I thought you would love this. It's different, and it looks like a Cybertronian alt mode as well. I just knew
No.
you'd be all over this.
No, definitely not. I remember seeing it and being like, "That's not what Triptychon looks like. Why does he have big arms?" I remember I'm like, "He needs little T-Rex arms." You know what I mean? And they're laser guns. I was very confused. But I didn't play those games. I have them. I just didn't play them. But I'm not a big shooter guy. So let's keep it going. Talk about Magic Square's Brontosaurus. Ooh, he's picking it up. He loves it.
I'm not picking this up. I think it looks good. I like the blue and black around his legs. That just like sticks out. I don't know if it's true to the figure or not, but it just stands out, and I like that color. The figure looks pretty good. I shouldn't even say pretty good. It looks really good, but I don't need this sludge.
It looks better than the Grimlock.
It does.
Yeah,
It really
I think it's because the black interrupts the chest. If the chest was all red, I think it would have the same issue as the Grimlock, but it really does look better. Let us know if you're getting this below. I'm curious on how the transformation is because that Grimlock has some interesting things.
Yeah, I'm curious about this, and the inside of the legs cleans up really well as well. So I think this looks really good.
Yeah, but why does he look so mad? He looks like he's gonna tear people apart with those teeth. I don't remember him having such pointy teeth.
I don't recall looking at his teeth. I'm not a dentist, so I didn't look at. I think it looks fine.
It does. It looks good. I just saw
Yeah.
this and I'm like, goodness, that is a mean looking dinosaur.
Yeah. I think it looks really, really good. I honestly, I think this looks really, really good.
You know, Bobby said really, really good. He's gonna pick it up.
I'm not picking this up. It's something. I have it in Masterpiece, and yeah, I'm not gonna have
What
it.
you say now? Let's get into what's incoming. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's break. I hit the wrong arrow. Okay, so let's get into what's incoming with this. So the Takara Transformers Beast Wars versus Starscream Ghost and Waspinator will be coming out soon. It's already out in Japan. Are you picking this up for that Starscream?
I want that Starscream, but I'm
Then
not
buy
picking
it.
I'll get the Starscream. You get the Waspinator.
No, I don't need a Waspinator, but you just buy the Starscream. Look how good it looks.
It does look good.
Your figure of the year gears right there.
It does look good, and
I hate the forearms that they're not see-through.
yeah, I can see that as well. But the feet are not. I guess if they were,
Are they? I think they are.
are they? I don't know. It definitely doesn't look as thick and solid as the forearms and the hands. But other than that, I think it looks really good. I think it looks really good.
I also don't understand the red Decepticon symbol. Maybe that's what he had in the show. I honestly don't remember, but that's a little weird to me.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah, but it does look good. So you heard it here. Bobby's gonna go pick it up. Next, we've got Dreamstar Toys Scorch Flight. So they're getting ready to get this thing out.
Finally.
If you sent me this picture and said, "Look, I have all my figures," I'd be like, "Yeah, each one of those is different because they all look the same in this set." But it looks good for what it is.
Yes, mine should be shipping any day now, so I'm looking forward to it.
Are you looking forward to this too?
I am. I really am, and it's going to be really cool to finally have them all together.
I mean, it does look good in combined mode with all the same colors, but you still can't tell that the legs are jets, you know. And the knee looks way too high up. Again, I'm nitpicking, so that's what I'm doing. But I wouldn't pick this up, but I'm happy that you will have this. I mean, you're getting it to go with the gold Predaking, right?
Yes.
So that makes sense. I understand those two. But as this is Superion, I don't see it. I still don't see it.
Yeah, and it's also going with the Toys EZ boats as well. So I don't know how they're going to. I don't know if I'm going to use the boats as good guys or bad guys. They're on the fence right now.
To me, they look like good guys with all that blue.
So it's going to be a 3-way fight, maybe. Who knows? But I definitely I'm liking this.
Well, there you go. Go ahead and let us know when you get this. Yeah, maybe you could put the purple Predaking in there as well.
Yeah, there we go.
So Bobby sent this to me. I guess the GI1, Machine One, I'm not sure which company. They have different names depending where you look. The Poseidon actually has lights in it, which is pretty cool.
That is really cool. I was not expecting. What's that?
You're picking it up now, aren't you?
No, not going to happen. But I think that's really cool. I think there was a upgrade kit for the Titans version that did that. And this is gonna sound bad. I actually think I have it, but I just don't remember.
That's Bobby. So
I think I have it.
Let us know. I know a few of our members and even more of our subscribers are picking this up. Let us know when you get it if you like it or not.
Yeah, I still wonder if that horn pops up though.
I believe it does.
Okay, I can't remember.
Next, we've got the 2024 reissue of these two. So it's Power Baser and God Bomber. So it looks like it's coming out with a new head. So look out for these. They didn't say when they're going to come out, but I'm assuming it's soon if they're already showing this off.
And is it comic related, the head?
I believe so.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I don't know much about Power Master Prime, but it looks like the one I've seen before on the comic toys. So you picking this up to get that new head?
I actually may be parting with my my TFCon exclusive Power Baser.
Your extra one?
Yes.
Okay.
I may, as I'm starting to go through stuff, I'm finding out that I have a couple of extra things, so I may be actually parting with that. I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up or not. It's possible.
Yeah,
I have to see the price. I have to see the price.
They're being sold separately as well. The Power
Oh.
Baser from the God Bomber. Yeah.
Yes. That is true.
Yeah.
They all were except for the
orange one, I think.
Oh yeah, the Genrai. Yeah.
Yeah, the orange one and then the TFCon as well. Both of those were sold as sets. Yeah. Keep it moving on. We've got Black Mamba's HMK09F Studio Series, and this is an oversized version. So this is 11.8 inches tall. Why does this KO look better than the Masterpiece one?
I knew you were going to say that.
It's a different Prime. It's from a different movie. But, like, if Hasbro just upsized the Voyager, I think people would have been just as happy.
It doesn't do anything for me still.
I like the alt mode. I think it looks cool. It looks tough.
It does look very aggressive.
Yeah, and I like that. The bot mode is what we expect. But, you know.
It just looks like, and it could be this angle. The cab just looks short. It looks like it's like smushed together.
Oh,
but
tell you that. I'll let you know when I get that KO and whenever that ships.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this looks fine, especially if you want an alternative to Cat Ears Prime.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, no
And
cat
I
ears.
think this was $40. So
Oh, you should
I'd
get
be
it.
pretty- No, maybe in a Nemesis color. No, I'm already getting the other one in a Nemesis color, so I'm out. But Black Mamba's also doing Mirage, but I think this is the normal size because it's only 4.7 inches tall. So I think that's just a 1-to-1 scale. It's $25, just like Hasbro's, but maybe it's hard to get. I honestly don't know. Studio Series Mirage is hard to get.
I like the wheels, the rims.
They do look nice, yes.
But it just looks, and maybe this is not the final, or maybe it's transformed wrong. It just doesn't look like everything's plugged in really securely.
People I know with the original one, they were posting online at how difficult this figure is to transform properly.
Yeah,
So it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like something that was painted in a custom class.
Oh my god. I do think the mainline Mirage looked better than this. The one that they made clear, the translucent one, I think that blows this out of the water. And I don't know why anybody would want this versus the mainline one, which was easier to find as well at the time.
Yeah. I think I painted this in the custom class. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Go ahead and sell that. You got to go sue Black Mamba then. Next, we've got this guy who's coming out soon. We've got Firmament Dive Bomb in the purple color scheme. I'm surprised the second one wasn't the second one they showed off. Rampage. They showed off Rampage second. But that one.
You're talking about in terms of coming out.
Releasing? Well, and this is also number 3.
So that's what you're talking about being released. The second one.
Yes. Yeah. I thought it was going to be Rampage.
Yeah. This looks really good.
This is probably the best one out of all of them.
This looks really, really good. I think there's enough green, whatever color that is, if it's silver or
I think it's like a brass.
Whatever. I had 8 colors and 16 crayons. I didn't have the 64 and the 84.
Poor child.
Yeah. So, literally. But I'm just playing. I really wasn't. Kind of. But anyway, enough of my childhood. I think this is great. I mean, it looks like an angel,
Yeah. A dark angel.
Yeah, there's enough purple in there. There's enough green in there. It's placed in the right places. It looks great. I like the green in the wings as well. Yeah, I'm I'm just laughing because these things are like I got hit with pre-order, and then like a couple of days later I got hit with another one, and I was like, okay, and I'm just expecting for a couple of more to come in the next week or two.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I might just pay them all off because I think I am going to get this. I've decided I'm not going to back out because I think I'm going to regret it if I do. So I think I'm going to just pick them up and grin and bear it because especially this one, looks so nice.
It does. And
can't you like take off the bird head as well, right? To give him more of a human head. Is that this one?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Because I think that would look nice with this color scheme too. But.
So this is the thing that you'll be able to do it as well since this will be your second set, but it gives you the options to, have one in combined mode and have one not in combined mode. You don't feel obligated to have it in combined mode. Like, with you really loving the way this looks, for instance, you can actually not have it combined.
And I was thinking that's probably what I'll do is I'll probably have just a shelf of these. Because I think they look really good individually, and I'm still thinking combined mode's going to be a wash. I don't think it's going to be the best combined mode. I hope I'm wrong, but it's going to be very much like the Dreamstar figure.
The crazy thing is that I'm hoping that you're wrong as well, because I don't want to have to be like, okay, which one do I keep in combined mode, and struggle with that.
But I'm hoping that I'm right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm hoping that you're right. Excuse me. Yeah. That it does look bad in combined mode, but
look at that. Bobby's wishing the worst for everybody buying this. Look at him.
Yes. I
Point
am.
fingers and laugh.
Yes, I am. But I'm very interested in getting these. I can't wait for them to start arriving.
Yeah, me too. I think this looks great. I'm surprised the other one didn't ship yet, but whatever.
They're playing with my emotions.
they do that well, and it's very easy to do that with you when it comes to Transformers. So let's talk about what was recently released. First thing are these McFarlane Toys Transformers Page Punchers 2-packs. They were found at U.S. retail. It's retail by, I guess it's a mod on TFW, DACHANDE. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. And it was in Maryland GameStop. So I was just at Ross and I saw the DC versions of these going for $3.99. So if I'm at a Ross and I see these for $3.99, I might pick them up, but not for. I don't know if they're $16.99 or $24.99. I don't know which thing's right, but that's not happening.
They're both too much that I'm for me to spend on these. And
Even $3.99.
That's $17 or $25,
Gotcha.
and I don't even know what I would do with them.
Yeah, I wish they were the Skybound comics. I think they would get a lot more people buying them if they were Skybound, not IDW.
I can say this: I just picked up some of those comics and
The variant covers.
I need to read them. They're sitting on my table upstairs, and I need to read them. I'm behind.
Go ahead and tell them to read them. Let's keep it moving, and we've got the Agora Models Transformers Optimus Prime. So I guess they finished it like quietly. I didn't even know they were producing more of them. Remember this? I think this is the one that came out in pieces.
Is this the one with the monthly subscription?
Yeah. They didn't talk about this at all anywhere until now that it's finished. And these pictures are via Greg Jordan on the Facebook page Optimus Prime Collectors United. It looks fine. It's just not for me. It's not my cup of energon.
I'll tell you what, it's humongous. I mean, because that's next to the HasLab Unicron right there.
It's taller than it.
Yeah, so it's humongous. And I would have been interested in this if it wasn't a piece together subscription type of thing. If this is the same one, because I just felt like
you wouldn't have been interested. You would not have paid over $1,000 for a non-transforming figure.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah, you might have been interested by, ooh, that looks kind of interesting, and that's it. So this thing was expensive, and it makes sense with how the size. And it looks cool. There was a lot of cool gear things in it, I remember seeing. It was really cool, but both of us were like, what if they don't finish it? But I'm glad they did.
That was my biggest thing.
I'm glad they did.
Yes, I'm very glad that they did. And that was my biggest thing, is I don't want to be on the hook and I just have like an arm and two legs or something like that. But I don't remember the order it came in. But yeah, it looks good. And that Matrix looks really good.
I agree. So this is all for you. We got Cyber Era CEO5 Blue Warrior via Baidu user. So I think you need to go ahead and pick up this KO to go with the rest of your Movieverse figures.
Not gonna happen.
But you like the car mode?
I do, but not gonna happen.
Did you get the orange one?
We shall see.
Stay tuned for that. Keeping it with the KOs, we've got BW, TW, 1103, the Jetfire, the deluxe version. So it comes with all these pieces that I'm assuming the Hasbro one didn't come out with. And we all know Bobby loves a good Jetfire Optimus combination. So are you picking this up?
Not only no, but hell no. I don't like either one of these, and I hated.
Well, it's the same figure. It's just
I'm saying I hated the Jetfire. I hated the Prime. I'm sorry, is what I meant.
Gotcha.
I hated the Jetfire. I hated the Prime. So no, I'm not getting this. I thought this was. I hated this in the movie. I thought the Jet, seeing him as a stealth bomber.
He's a Blackbird, I think.
Blackbird, excuse me.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I thought it was a beautiful jet, and then when it transformed, and I was just like, "What is this?" I was totally.
Yeah, he wasn't very cool, like at all.
Totally disappointed. Using the landing gear as a cane. I was like,
that was actually cute. I just didn't like it as Jetfire. If it was Cup, I mean, if he didn't turn into a cane, pretend he turned into something else, that would have been fine. But as Jetfire, and I get it, he was stationed there for thousands of years, and that's why he's old and stuff. But I'm like, Transformers usually don't age like that. They don't get hunchback and grow beards.
Yeah.
They just get rusty and cranky and smoke cigars. So
I was just not happy. But I think anybody who loves this, these figures and things, by all means. I mean,
no, yeah, I think it looks great for what it's supposed to be.
yeah,
And that combined mode is pretty cool, I've got to say.
it looks good.
I was gonna say, well, if they released a Nemesis, I'll get it for the KO I'm getting, and then I realized it's a different Prime.
It's a different Prime.
So never mind. I'm not getting it, even if it comes out in a cool Nemesis color scheme.
Yeah,
So.
I think the backpack, the thrusters on the backpack and those two weapons look really cool. But yeah, it was too far away from what I mean, I don't like the Armada Jetfire because it just looks dumpy. But again, it's just so far removed from my Jetfire / Skyfire.
Yeah, well, everybody knows how much you're picking up that Fans Hobby one, so you hate it a lot.
I haven't got it yet.
Exactly. That's the perfect word.
I mean, hey.
Lastly, we've got RC KO. So if you guys missed out on an RC and want it, go ahead and pick it up. It's pretty reasonable. This gives me hope that yellow truck will be cheap.
The
Trail Breaker.
Yeah. I'm waiting on the KO for it.
Yeah. But, I have the Nightbird. And I do not like that figure just because it's a pain to transform. That whole back section, I still don't understand what's going on with that. And maybe I'm stupid. I'll be the first to say that.
I just hate that they just do the car cover basically on the female Transformers. You put their legs over their head and then
with this one
gel on them.
They needed to make it as screen accurate as possible. So I get it.
I'm talking about in the in terms of them transforming, this.
But how are they supposed to make that car not be a shell former for RC if she's supposed to look like this in bot mode?
What I'm saying is do something different besides like have the legs fold into each other or something like that. Instead you just bend her leg over her head and tilt her feet in or something like that. And it's just like, it's boring.
They over designed that backpack.
They did.
Way over designed that. That thing, I think I transformed Nightbird once into car mode, once back into bot mode, and said, okay, I'm done. Because I wasn't going to do that again.
My Nightbird's still in car mode. Because I have that. Yeah.
Well, that's everything we have for you today. Bobby, go ahead and tell them what they need to do.
Go ahead and click that like button. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Click that notification button so you'll be aware and notified of any and all videos that we post in the future. Share the video and hit us up in those comments. We really appreciate it. And let's keep the debate going. And I think that will be it. Start the plug now. This weekend, I think on Sunday. Yeah, it will be Sunday.
This Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I'm assuming that still works for you. We will be going live with Bobby's haul. Because mine's like 2 figures. So.
Okay, so yeah, it will be a very interesting haul this time. So
I think mine will be interesting too. I think you're going to be shocked at what I got.
I'm always shocked with what you got. So yeah, I actually think you'll be shocked at what I got too.
At this point, you just buy everything.
I don't know.
You could pull out a Legends figure, be like, I got that. Oh yeah, of course I knew you were gonna buy that, Bobby. I got a Power Ranger. Yeah, I know it transforms. You bought it. I get it. So.
Well, yeah. So we're wrapping up the month. I don't have anything else to come in. So whatever comes this week will be for our May hauls. But looking forward to it. As always, till all debates are won. We'll see you guys next time.
See you then.